go, Richard.
Right.
Just go.
Hi, welcome to Match Bell Podcast, where we talk everything wrestling past and present. Wow, thank you. Am I that funny? I ooze comedy.
I'm sorry.
If you like anything that we like, or don't like anything that we talk about, put it in the comments down below. We'll definitely interact with you. And today we are talking about the 2020 Survivor Series pay-per-view. It was good in my opinion. I enjoyed this a lot, and I've watched it twice. So,
Oh my god, that's dedication.
well, I kind of watched it once, and then Stephen went, "Do you want to host?" And I was like, "I will watch it again."
I don't want to take over hosting everything. I want you to have your own baby.
No, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Anyway, we started off with the men's Survivor Series match. For those who don't know, but you probably should. It was AJ, Riddle, Keith Lee, Braun and Sheamus versus Jey Uso, Kevin Owens, Otis, Seth Rollins and King Corbin.
Do you know what I think would be fun?
Go for it.
If we place these two Survivor Series matches in our rankings.
Oh, God.
Does nobody agree?
So,
You need to give me a pre-warning if you're going to do stuff like that. I need 24 hours notice.
Richard will put the graphic up, don't worry.
I think it's on the shelf down here somewhere. Or maybe it's still on my desktop. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
So I was going to go like a play-by-play through the match, and then I realised this is going to be a long match, and I can't really do a playthrough. So
Yeah.
I've just written, Seth Rollins gets eliminated by Sheamus as he offers himself up. He says the words, "for the greater good," and then turns to Sheamus and says, "do your part," and takes a broad kick to the face, and then gets pinned for 3. To be fair, like if you were going to be like, I'll eat a pin, I don't really see the need in doing the whole boot to the face.
No. But I don't know, I was really intrigued with this. From the moment... Are we just doing the whole interrupt thing like we do on the retro ones these days?
But yeah, you can do if you want to. I don't mind.
Yeah, so like from the whole moment that he was coming down, you could see he had this look in his eye, and the way he moved the whole time from the point he came out to the point he got eliminated, he was just so emotionless and so.
In hindsight, yes, like because I watched it twice. The second time watching it, I realised, he is coming down with a little bit of a weirder look on his face than usual.
Yeah, but even I caught that on the first time. I was looking at him, and I was like, "What's going on here? Like, is this his new character? Have I missed something?" But like, I felt something was up. But,
He just wanted to get out early so he could go home to his wife.
Exactly, he's going to have his baby now.
Yeah, or Friday Night Messiah just doesn't have a good ring to it, and he wants to go back to Monday night.
Oh, he people quite. I'm not saying that this is mine. I've not come up with this myself. I stole this off Reddit. But people were mentioning the whole Monday Night Messiah thing started when his Raw team lost at Survivor Series, and it was kind of like he was doing it so Raw could win or something. I don't know. Could be an idea, but it was interesting.
Strange.
I don't know. Intriguing. I'm intrigued.
Man, these people on the internet are idiots.
And before this happened, we got Keith Lee's new music.
We did. That was.
I didn't like it.
You don't like it? Oh, I
No.
really like it.
The only reason I don't like it is because it doesn't have Bask in his glory at the beginning.
It's much better than his last theme.
Yeah, but I want to hear Bask in.
Yeah, it's much better than his
That's
lyricless past music.
Yeah, but if you
Well,
say that,
I didn't like
to
the
CFOs also.
Yeah, I didn't like the other one either before this one. I don't understand why he couldn't have just kept his NXT theme.
CFOs.
Yeah,
They have to
but
pay them money.
CFO money.
they should never have fired Jim Johnston.
No, God, that he
Ah.
good. Um,
Oh well.
yeah, from the beginning, they kind of like set the theme that Raw were like they weren't going to get on, and Riddle was interrupting AJ, and then that just kind of disappeared, and then it was like, oh, it doesn't matter in the match anymore.
It did, because in our predictions, I literally said, on paper, this Raw team should wipe the floor with this SmackDown team. And then for that reason is why I went for SmackDown. But obviously, even WWE's own rules go out the window when it comes to stupid stuff. Anyway, after this, Kevin Owens gets eliminated by AJ to make it 5-3.
Corbin about these eliminations.
Corbin gets eliminated by Riddle to make it 5-2. Otis
Just before
eliminates Braun to make it 5-1. Go on, Alex.
Go on, Alex.
No, I just want to comment on the whole Kevin Owens headbutting Matt Riddle's foot.
Yeah, I've got stuff written down here about that.
Like, that-
KO's foot
Di-
fetish.
Yeah.
Yeah, in my notes it literally says
He-
that Kevin Owens starts abusing Riddle's feet, and Stephen probably loves this.
I did. I wrote down. I literally wrote down KO going at Riddle's feet was great. I wondered why nobody has done this before, but it's such a KO thing to do, and focusing on the foot was like, what? Yeah, you know me, and you know my foot fetish.
Yeah. Was it is it Cesaro that doesn't wear knee pads and
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
just go
there's a
after
few
the
that
knees?
aren't, isn't there?
He's got really long legs, and it makes him look so awkward.
While we're on the
That's
topic
fine.
of the eliminations, I felt like there was so many same eliminations. SmackDown guy starts clearing the ring, one guy fits a finisher and eliminates them. KO does a load of stunners, AJ hits one move and eliminates him.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was the same with everyone, and it was just so anticlimactic, everything. I was so bored of this match. I didn't like it, as you can tell.
So yeah, Otis got eliminated by Braun, and Jey Uso was left 5-on-1 and got eliminated by Keith Lee. So everyone on Raw got an elimination.
Oh,
Fair. I didn't realise that.
Yeah,
how nice!
it was.
Everyone earns their payday.
I
Well
don't
done,
think.
Raw team. Golf club.
Yeah. I don't think they did anything in this pay per view to kind of put over the brand versus brand stuff. There's no like count-ins like, oh, Raw on top. It was just. It
Yeah,
was
like I
stupid
had
shirts,
no idea
stupid
what the
networks
score
and all
was.
that. Yeah, it was 3 each in the end on main roster with one extra for the pre-show if you count that.
Well, speaking of the pre-show, like the Miz won that one, and I said in hindsight it was pretty obvious that the Miz was going to win this because he was the only one wearing a branded shirt.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Like nobody had a SmackDown t-shirt on, nobody had a Raw t-shirt on, only the Miz had a Raw t-shirt on.
Yeah, you should have seen that coming then, really.
I just think from the Raw vs SmackDown men's match, nobody came out of this match any better.
I
than they did
disagree.
going into it. Dear,
I
go
disagree.
for it. Go for it.
I think that personally, I felt that Jey Uso actually ended up looking quite good in this match because you could tell that the story that they were building to of him trying to impress Uncle Roman, even though he's not really his uncle, but he was basically trying to impress the head of the family, wasn't he? And you could tell he was trying so hard to impress
Could they
Big
not
Boy
give him?
Roman.
Could they not give him a couple of eliminations to do that though? Actually make him look good instead of just
Well,
doing a few minutes.
If you give him the eliminations, then you don't also get the whole disappointment from Roman at the end of being like, "You've completely failed me.
I think you do.
Go home."
I think you still do if you, because he still loses the match.
Yeah,
Maybe
but
he doesn't.
it's not such a like a grand defeat, is it? If you manage to pick up some limbs, like
Yeah,
it was a
but
complete decimation of the SmackDown team.
He ended
and-
up 5-on-1. I don't think he'll make. I don't know.
You
I
say
don't
that,
agree.
but later on, Reigns says that it was you that couldn't control your team, and if they don't respect you, Jay, then that means they don't respect me. So it did have a little bit of something to do with what happens later on.
I mean, if they put over something that he was the team captain or something, then yeah, fair, I'd go with that. But never at one point did I think that Jey Uso was the team captain.
No.
When they lost the first man, when they lost Seth, and then they were just scatterbrained afterwards, Jay was trying to sort of rally the troops on the outside.
When
And then
Braun
Braun came and struck.
trained through
Braun
them.
came with a Braun train.
That's another thing. What's Braun's character these days? Is he a monster or is he just the voice of reason?
It's the big man.
Does he just go, "Come on, we're a team, guys"?
Maybe that's his character.
Alex
Braun
is very-
Strowman, voice of reason.
Can't really
Alex
act
is
like the
very
monster of the
quiet,
team when there's a monster outside the ring that dwarves you.
Why did that guy get a random name change?
Almost. Yeah,
But
wasn't
they
he called like? I'm sure he was called Big Josh or
Jordan.
Big Josie.
He was Big Jordan, wasn't he?
Big Jordan, that's the one.
Yeah,
Big
and then-
Jordan.
but the commentators just said it like that was a thing. That was just his name.
That's the new norm.
He's like, I will not have my Western name. I will have my African name back, thank you.
Okay,
So much.
I'll say something nice about this match. I enjoyed Otis and Keith Lee's stuff together was fun. With the big guys lifting each other and stuff, slapping meat, doing funky dances and stuff.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
There were moments that I enjoyed. It wasn't all hate.
I
I
think
not think Otis's discus clothesline looked really good. Because I did.
I think
I
a
was
lot
like,
of stuff.
oh,
Otis-
that's better than Luke Harper's. That was.
I thought quite a lot of stuff Otis did look good here. I enjoyed him, and then
Yeah.
the anticlimactic elimination.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even like when he was doing the strongman stuff with Keith Lee, he was coming out on top in that bit as well. So it's not like I don't
Yeah.
think they've fully given up on him. Like they're still trying to
No.
make him look good.
This made
Well,
him look better than anything else has over the last 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Well, then
you actually
they-
said like that Jey Uso looked good coming out of this. Was it Liam that said that?
Yeah, I said that.
I think Riddle looks better coming out of this.
I think he looks like. Oh, sorry.
Oh, leave that.
Like of that raw side, he looked like the weak link, but yet he looks really good in the ring. And he also got the pin over Corbin, which he's had a recent feud with.
Yeah.
So I did
I
think it
did-
was good for him.
I feel like he, compared to his NXT character, he looks like an absolute idiot.
Yeah, but he's supposed to look like an idiot.
That's his character.
Did he come to the main
Bro.
roster and did he come to across from one night to another night and then lose all his brain cells?
Maybe most do.
So, I'm being very negative.
He
tonight, I'm
literally
sorry.
nicknamed himself Dopey as like his team
Yeah. I've
nickname.
got a lot of good stuff to say about the next match.
Alex, what did you think, pal?
Oh, hi.
You can interrupt at any time, don't.
He's too polite.
No. I was letting you have your say and stuff. I was doing my best Lana impression of sitting on the steps and doing nothing.
Oh, I've got stuff to say about that.
I'm sure you have. No, I enjoyed the match in the end. Like there was more good stuff to reflect on than I saw bad stuff. I've saved all my negative stuff for the women's match, to be honest.
Oh, I actually thought the women's match was better.
I enjoyed that. I enjoyed them both, to be fair.
But anyway, we'll get to it.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed Otis just coming out with all sorts in the match, like the juicy.
Yeah, he wasn't even on camera when he did that. It was just out of nowhere. It proper made me laugh.
Oh, it was
But I
great.
think everybody had like a little comedic thing to say. Like if you listen really carefully, like some of the code names that Riddle had given out to the team were popping out every now and again. Like I don't know who it was, but somebody shouted, "Come on, Fireface!"
Yeah.
Like when she was in the ring. Yeah, there was just some like funny bits, like KO just calling Seth a piece of trash, and he'll always be a piece of trash.
I thought it was going to say worse, and then the trash bit came out. I was like, oh, it's quite tame, that,
He
actually.
KO doesn't swear anymore. Have you not
Got to
seen
keep it PG for the kids, haven't you?
He doesn't swear anymore. They made a big deal out of that in his cameo.
Yeah. That thing that he's not allowed to do.
Yeah, he's not allowed anymore. Yeah, but the Undertaker is for $1,000.
Yeah. The finish where Keith Lee just caught Jay in mid-air into that perfect like fireman's carry was really nice. Like I can't.
The transition from the
the
fireman's carry to
transition of it
Hulk
all.
Hogan
Yeah.
was good.
Yeah, the good bits just outweighed the bad for me in this one, so I enjoyed it. It was a good opener.
It was, yeah. I enjoy. Anything else? No? Cool.
I got a rating. We did ratings last time. I don't know if we're still doing that.
Go for it. Give
I
me a
got
rating.
bored.
You are bored.
I'll do a
Can you use
verbal
your-
rating.
Yeah.
Use your
Well,
fingers.
I'll get my ball.
I'm going to be the worst, so I'll go first.
I
I
don't
give it
know.
2 out of 5.
Oh, where's my board? Come on, man, you gotta warn us for this.
Sorry. We do it usually. It's just the usual routine, isn't it?
Oh.
I also say it comes in fifth. Fifth
3
on
out of
Survivor
5.
Series rankings.
Oh, that's actually
3 out of 5.
more than I'd give it. I'd give it slap bang in the middle.
Ooh, in the middle of us two. You like getting in the middle of me and Liam?
I do say I always I don't know when I'm doing a 5 when I'm ranking out of 5. I always think that 3 is the middle.
3.5, Alex gone high? Nice.
Primary school teacher, though.
3.5.
I'll put that bit out. I didn't mean to say that.
Blue SmackDown cups.
No, just as a ranking system, Richard.
Sorry.
Not
Say it again,
actual
Alex, sorry.
mathematical formula.
He gave.
Alex,
Wow.
say it again.
3.5 SmackDown cups.
Blue
Cups.
ones for predictions.
I've gone for blue cups. Yeah.
Blue.
The one big blue cup that he had.
I guess we're not doing this, but I put it 5th in my Survivor Series rankings.
I don't even know where I'd put it. First.
Not
No,
last.
I'd put it second, just so that we can bump 2001 down in my own rankings.
2001's first.
Yeah, but not in mine. I said 2019 was first.
Yeah, but
I'm sticking by my rankings. Thank
it's
you
a
very much.
democracy. This is a
No.
democracy.
No, it's
Should we
not.
get onto the?
No,
Should we just
start
get
the
onto
count,
next
start
This
the
is
one?
count.
dictatorship.
Yeah, let's move on from this. And not-
We won't rank. We won't rank it.
So, next match was the tag match. The New Day versus... No, I've not got them ready, sorry. The Street Profits.
Oh, get ready for me to say positive things.
The New Day came out in some cool Gears of War. I was really happy with that. And to say that the WWE aren't liking other people using other platforms, they do plug up, up, down, down a lot.
It's a WWE. It's on WWE, isn't it? They
Oh,
own
it's
it.
not. Oh,
It
that's
is,
such
Yeah, they are.
an annoyance.
WWE own it.
But
and they've got the New Day podcast as well.
Yeah.
Haven't they?
And the moment of Alexa Bliss's one on Cool.
Moment of
whatever it's called.
bliss.
Yeah.
No, is it
Cool.
called Moment of Bliss?
Yeah, it's a moment of
On
bliss.
Cool
isn't it?
Before Cool or something like that.
Yeah, I thought Moment of Bliss is just a thing she does on Raw and SmackDown.
Oh, is it? All right.
But yeah, the,
her podcast is
Oh,
like
yeah,
Uncool
yeah.
Before You Were Cool
yeah,
or something.
basically,
Yeah.
if WWE own it, then they can do
then they'll
it.
promote it. And I liked that the trombone was... Is it a trombone? No, it's not. Trumpet.
Trombone.
Is it?
Trombone?
Yeah. Was a Lancer. I like that. That was
Yeah,
very
it was really
cool.
cool.
I'd have gear. And then Montel and
Montez.
yeah, and Ford cut a really good promo before this and really got me hyped for this match. It was really good.
Yeah, they were so good.
When he was
before.
pulling that HBK pose, I was like, "What? He's proper into it there, isn't it?"
He's great. He's an absolute star.
He's such a good promo. I think he's probably
really is.
one of the better promos in the company at the minute.
Mm.
Yeah, he's absolute gold. The guy. I mean, he looks so good just stood there. He's so confident. His voice and everything.
So do you reckon some
Like,
people?
out of future prospects, I just hope he gets like pushed to the stratosphere. Like,
Yeah.
I'd love to see him top of the card.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people, when they cut promos, you can tell that they've had people in their ear telling them what to say.
Mm.
But that is definitely not someone in his ear telling him what to say.
No, I think they trust him at this point.
Definitely.
I mean, Dawkins is really good, but he doesn't look as good next to Ford because Ford is so good.
I think they look good together, though. Definitely look
They
good
do,
together.
yeah, they do.
Together.
They do. They do. I'm not saying that Dawkins
Yeah,
looks bad. 'cause
They're good
Dawkins looks
together.
really
I
good.
just think. I think Ford's got that little ounce more charisma than
That's
Dawkins
what,
has.
yeah, that's what I mean. Ford's the star here.
Yeah.
You
Ford's
can't
the
you
one
can't have
that's
two front men. There's always going to be one that's slightly behind the other.
gonna- New Day?
I honestly think there is a hierarchy in New Day as well.
Oh, there's a
Although
hierarchy.
it's just not as clear cut.
There's a hierarchy, but
Yeah.
all three of them, it just. Yeah, anyway, that probably wasn't a good point.
So yeah,
I
there was
can't
some
argue that.
nice exchanges during this match. There was a dive out of the ring by Kofi. The abdomen got worked on Ford. Stephen was happy.
I did enjoy that.
Dawkins got a good hot tag.
Mm.
The bookending didn't work. I wrote this down because maybe they're going to go through a story now where they're missing Big E so much that they can't win again.
could be. I feel like this was a bit more of a kind of passing of the torch kind of thing.
No, definitely. But to have them, which is weird that they did the book ending, because they don't normally do it unless they've got Big E. So it's weird that they did it, in my opinion. I put the best frog splash in the business at the moment.
Yeah, Ford's frog splash.
It's ridiculous.
It's incredible how nobody can jump that high. The man is not human.
I like that he flips out of it after he lands as
He goes,
well.
"Oh," and then
Like he
carries on.
literally lands and he just goes boom, and rolls over.
Yeah, and he
to the
sells it
fence.
himself as well. Like, he's in pain from that.
Yeah.
Ford hits Trouble in Paradise. I like it when people use other people's finishes. It does add something to it.
Yeah, that was cool.
Xavier hits a nice gutbuster, I put, working the abdomen again. There was a secret tag, there was a blockbuster, and the 1-2-3 Dawkins pins Xavier. Smashing match. Loved
It
it
had everything.
from start to
Yeah.
finish.
It had absolutely everything. The New Day worked in a really aggressive, brutal way that you don't see very often.
Mhm.
And they kind of took the role of the heels here in a match with two faces teams, and I think New Day did that amazingly, and it made Street Profits look so good when they could come back like that, like they did. And yeah, I really enjoyed this. I've got like things written down, but somebody else talk first. Tell me what you think of it.
Yeah, go on, Alex. You go first this time.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, can't praise this match enough. Like, match of the night for me by far.
Well,
The
I
work
don't know.
rate from both teams was really good. I just, I'm speechless because there's so much that I want to say, but I can't put it into words. It was just really good. Like, I've not felt this good about Street Profits match in the ones that we've seen, because we've kind of ragged on them a little bit.
It's because
'Cause-
it was the same match over and over. Like a lot of things we've seen, they've just been
Yeah. It just got a bit repetitive, but giving them someone fresh to face and someone that they can really bounce off.
Somebody established.
Yeah. Makes them look amazing.
Yeah, and just like, I think if you're gonna make somebody like look like a star, I think Xavier Woods is a really good person to put somebody over. Because he's got that really good comedic timing and everything. Like when he went over to the commentary desk and was like, "Look at the beating that we're about to give them," and then they just got the. Like,
I think they
the
said
backside
something
of
like,
them
"Looks
afterwards.
like the profits have there's lost profits or something."
Oh, yeah, he tried to land a joke and it just really fell flat.
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
it?
Yeah.
The profits are down.
Ah, that's the one. Yeah, it was that. The profits are down.
Oh, I thought there was really good pacing throughout this match. The way New Day kind of ran it for a long time at the beginning, because they are the more experienced team. You expect them to be going over, but obviously this was kind of a passing of the torch moment. It was really good, really well paced, the action.
Yeah, the whole passing of the torch thing is what's the word? It's not guaranteed. It's definitely happened because of the transaction there was after the bell, where they've shook hands and they've congratulated him. And it's weird to see that, because normally when it's champion versus challenger and someone lost the belt, you don't get that because they're just angry that they've lost the belt. But when it's a match where both of them are still going to be champions when they leave here, like, I feel like you can have that moment more. Liam, are you finally a Street
Probably
Profits
made me
fan?
Want to see him.
Yes.
Good.
Hey, we did it.
Yes.
Go on, Alex. sorry.
Go on, Al.
It proper made me want to see him on the same brand. Like, cause I'd love to see him go at it again.
Yeah, that was my issue with this. I want to see this match again, because this is like part one, and like another match we'll talk about later in the night is the same kind of feeling. But yeah,
I mean, yeah, I am now a Street Profits fan. However, doesn't mean I can't still rag on them.
yeah, still
So-
ragging.
So, I
Can't
personally
surely
felt,
rag on this match.
I personally felt that this match was really good. However, I feel, And then I know there's an obvious reason for it in terms of like the ring psychology and the storytelling on the match, but I felt like Montez got too much time in the ring compared to Dawkins. I don't feel like they were evenly able to show off what they could do. And it just makes it really obvious that they're high on Montez and they're not as high on Angelo Dawkins. Because it felt like he didn't get an opportunity to shine, really. He got a little bit at the beginning, and then Montez tagged in, got to do all of his amazing spots, go up against Colfer and do some crazy high flying. And then they just worked him for like the next 10 minutes or whatever it was. And Dawkins is just on the outside doing the like the usual concerned tag team partner thing. And I just felt I'd like to see what Dawkins is capable of, and I feel like this would have been the best match to do it in. Like, incapacitate Montez, but let him get that hot tag, so that then Dawkins gets some time in the ring to show what he can do.
No, Dawkins got the win, though.
Dawkins got the win, but who set him up for the win?
Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah, no, that's a fair criticism.
Damn you, Liam. Damn you.
I've got a little bit of nitpicking that I wrote down here as well. I feel like Ford's so new still, he's so young, but I feel like he's kicking out well too soon. He never gets near to the 3. It's always on the 2. Do you know what I mean?
He's got the Drew McIntyre syndrome.
He's not building. I know this will all come with time, and it's adrenaline and stuff, isn't it? Kicking off, but I feel like he's getting the 2 and he's kicking out. He's never building the tension of the drama to get like that near 3, especially like when the New Day hit a finisher and he's kicking out just on 2. It's like, just take your time, breathe, and
the ref will play his part as well and slow the count if he doesn't think he's gonna.
We're seeing that.
Speaking of refs doing that, I'll mention that in a little bit because that something annoyed me later on with the ref. Oh yeah, rating it. Sorry, apologies.
Because we're taking a bit of time on this pay-per-view, aren't we?
We spoiled it.
There you go. I give it 4.
4.
Oh, Richard was harsher than I was.
I know, yeah. I thought it'd be Liam that's coming out the harshest on this one.
No, because I can appreciate the match for what it is. I just think Dawkins didn't get enough of a chance to shine.
No, that's fair criticism. I do. I can see that. That's a very fair criticism.
I feel like this is just a taster. I feel like when these guys meet again, this is going to be a lot better.
Yeah, they brought the smoke, and that's what I wanted.
Also, Big E was in the entrance, weren't he? But I'm guessing that's just for the Gears of War promotion.
Yeah, it was just for the promo.
Yeah.
Anyway, after this, the next match was Sammy versus Bobby Lashley. I didn't see this as much of a wrestling match, but more of a storytelling and character building match, because Sammy spent most of this trying to get himself DQ'd. No, not himself DQ'd, but obviously Bobby DQ'd, and looked like he always wanted to take the easy way out. Including that really comical trip over MVP in MVP. That was so funny. Did you see that? Did you see what he just did there?
That was so funny. The Neymar treatment, didn't it?
Look at Liam trying to do football jokes.
Excuse me. I know nothing about football. What you're on about?
I've mostly wrote negative stuff about this. So if anyone wants to be positive first, go ahead.
No. I think it was very good storytelling for Sammy, but I don't really feel like this did anything for Bobby Lashley at all, or the Hurt Business. But no. Sammy's character was funny in this. I really enjoyed it. But it was a nothing match. But you always have a nothing match on a pay-per-view. You have to come down before you go back up again. And this was it.
The first Survivor Series match, it was a nothing as well.
It ended with the Lashley lock. Is that right? And Bobby wins.
The full Nelson from The Simpsons.
Liam, you can go first this time, pal.
Oh, right, okay. So, I thought... Let me see what I've written for this match. So, I don't really understand why they're giving Lashley these pathetic storylines. Because I honestly feel like Bobby Lashley is so much better than the garbage they're giving him. And I feel maybe, and I'm sort of hoping a little bit, that he's going to get the Drew McIntyre treatment where they give him a load of rubbish and then he blossoms out of that poop.
Are you
into a
saying that the Hurt
beautiful
Business is a three-man band? Is that what you're trying to say?
That's the way it
Four
feels
of
at the
them.
minute. No, I think Lashley himself is being underutilized. I think the Hurt Business themselves are very good, but I think Lashley should be someone who dips his toe into the main event a bit more often than he does. But that's just my opinion. I think it was really good for Sammy, this match. It made Sammy look great as a heel. Yeah. I really dislike Sammy, but that's good because that's what his character's trying to get from you. He wants you to dislike him for being the slimy heel who just tries to get away with as much as he can. But yeah, and he do you not think he just looks like some sort of like 1960s Russian dictator in the all camo?
I really like him in the camo. He looks good.
I like it in the camo.
I love the way he looks. It's great.
It looks like he should be speaking live from Stalingrad or something. But
Yeah, or like
Yeah.
one of the characters from MASH or something.
yeah.
Oh,
But,
good. You know what MASH is? I thought I was going to get another old joke there from Stephen.
But you are old though.
Yeah, but good comedy shows are good comedy shows.
Yeah, a good comedy show is a good comedy show.
Go on,
But,
Stephen. Do you
yeah.
want to? Oh, sorry.
Good.
I wrote. I feel like I like the Hurt Business. Why do I never like any of their matches? I just don't. I don't get that. I
They're a
enjoyed,
good
yeah,
stable with bad storylines. That's what
Yeah.
it is.
I enjoyed Sammy acting up, though they were trying to play off Sammy as the heel here, and then the Hurt Business were doing heely stuff.
But
I
I
don't
don't
know,
think they were doing heely
Sammy,
stuff.
well, Sammy was at a disadvantage. They're all kind of like surrounding the ring, and he was like always looking out for them. It's like, come on, that's not a face team thing. You
I feel
don't
like
start-
Sammy was overselling that though on purpose to make it look like he was.
Yeah,
I
don't
think he
know.
just wanted them away from ringside, and he was doing everything he could to
Sammy
make the
was
ref
making
do
him,
that.
Sammy was making himself look paranoid.
Yeah,
Like,
I said. Yeah, I know what you mean. I said Sammy made the match entertaining to a degree, but it wasn't a good match. It was too one-sided, so I struggled to care. And the dodgy we got a dodgy finish and stuff, and I just didn't care about it. And I really like these two guys, and I really did not like this match. It was boring. It was one-sided. There was some good work from Sammy, good character work, but it didn't save it for me. Go on, Alex. I'm just being very negative tonight. I've just had to pay out. I just had to pay out of the vet, so I'm in a bad mood.
Happens, doesn't it? Yeah, it was a match. Like, I agree. Sammy had some funny bits. I liked when he was sort of poking his head out the ropes, going, "You don't intimidate me. Like, I'm not bothered by you. Like, shoo, go away."
Shoot, chat.
But yeah, I said it was gonna be a squash. Like, it was just a prolonged squash, if that makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
I just feel like it went on longer than it should have done.
It was a squash match with theatrics, basically.
Yeah,
With-
like
with
I
the
wouldn't have
fitness,
minded
yeah.
a bit of the, like I wouldn't have minded a bit of the theatrics, and then Bobby just grabbed him and made him tap. Like that, I'd have been happy with that. Give somebody else a bit longer to shine. But yeah, didn't really do any favors for anybody, I don't think.
Cool. Should we move on to ratings?
Oh yeah.
Ah, you
Bad.
weren't ready this time. Oh, you were ready. Never mind. Oh my days! Why am I being so harsh?
I know, yeah. You don't say that
Richard.
harsh stuff, and then you keep rating the harsh. It's fine.
Like
it's
sat there
fine.
going, "Yes, Sammy came out looking really good from this."
No, he did. Look,
No.
but it wasn't a wrestling. It was more for storytelling than it was for the wrestling in the match.
Yeah.
I've seen worse matches.
I think in this pay-per-view I've gone negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive. So each match you get a different Steven. What'd you say, Liam? I heard you.
Hooray.
I saw your mouth move, but I didn't hear anything come out. What's Richard doing?
Hooray!
Oh yeah, let's keep building time. Undertaker. No, you ready?
No,
What?
it's not,
You
we
didn't have
don't
to
need to do that because we'll be here for 15 minutes if we
Yeah,
pretend
we're
to
not
be
gonna-
Undertaker.
We just say
15 minutes is
something.
generous there, Liam. Let's be honest. The ring walk was longer than the promo at the end of this show.
I mean, it was long, but there's not really much for us to say about it.
Even mentioned it. He was like, "I've took that slow walk," and I was like, "Don't I know
yeah,
it?"
You are.
Yeah, you know, we know
Okay.
for 30 years you took that slow
You want one of
walk.
those escalators like they have in the airports, that make you walk a bit faster.
Are those little the rings at WrestleMania that they had them come down in?
Oh, yeah. No, what was that Royal Rumble where
Yeah,
they put all the big guys on the.
big show goes on.
Like the little
Yeah.
golf cart thing.
Yeah, it was like a
Yeah,
plinth
yeah.
thing. It was like a weird cherry picker.
I feel like the mystique would kind of be ruined if it was Undertaker just there on a fucking golf cart.
Stop swearing!
Oh, sorry.
Give him the bike back. That'd be fine. Or a mobility scooter.
Yeah, at least when he had the bike and he came down.
Yes! Give him a mobility scooter! Oh my god, it'd be incredible.
Coming
Just
down
like
to
turns
roll.
up with a little basket on the front with his BSK thing on it.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
I'd
Oh my
settle for
god.
giving him a Segway.
Well, yeah.
I'll give you a segue. Asuka versus Sasha Banks.
No, too fast. This was the bit where we had the backstage segment with Jey Uso and Roman Reigns,
Oh god.
which I mentioned earlier on, where he says, like, if they don't respect you, then they don't respect me, and then tells him to go home, and Paul Heyman gives him a look of disappointment, and then they leave, and then we go on to Asuka versus Sasha.
Oh, lad.
Don't make me come
Yes,
round there.
Steve.
I know where you
I'm
live.
sorry. I can see you up there.
Right, so
Thanks for the segue, Alex. The setup, I meant.
segue to failure. So this match had lots of submissions, lots of hard strikes, Asuka
stuff
using
that I
mind
like.
games that got used a lot in commentary. It wasn't a definitive win for Asuka, for Sasha Banks.
You're right, it wasn't a definitive win for us.
He definitely wasn't. And after a flurry of pin attempts, Sasha got a 3 count on Asuka. It wasn't from a finisher. It wasn't.
Someone looking at Thesaurus while they were writing these notes. Mr. Richard.
I was trying to use different
Thesaurus
words
up.
to what the commentators use because I didn't want to be like he's just
Copy
copied
the
what.
commentator.
Because I wrote
Yeah.
something down and then they repeated it, and then I crossed it out and wrote something else.
Don't worry. It's fine. I can't tell the difference between Tom Phillips and Michael Cole, so...
They do sound very similar.
So, because Stephen probably wants to talk about this first, we'll go to Liam first.
Hey!
You've never
That's
gone
what
to
you
Alex.
get- That's what you get,
How come-
Steve.
how come
I
with
went to
why
Alex
you never go to him
first.
You did go to me first.
I'm being nice to Alex, mate.
Why do you never go first, Richard?
I say my opinion
He's
as
hosting.
I'm talking about it, and then kind of allow you to speak.
I'll mute myself for a minute.
I'll do the same then. Liam, go.
No, don't mute yourselves. God, it makes me feel like I'm being put on, like, stand for
The
something.
spotlight's on you.
Right.
You've got 30 seconds.
Okay, this match was really, really fun to watch. I don't know why, but I honestly feel like the women consistently outshine the men. Richard's he's putting me off. Yeah, the women just consistently outshine the men in near enough every pay-per-view now. Like, Richard! God's sake.
Oh, sorry, I'm muted. Yeah, I agree with that point, but I was saying that apart from Bailey being in this match, there wasn't any of the big women in this match. Like over the
wasn't
years
in this match.
recently, we've said,
Yeah, we're not talking about
We're
that
talking about
match.
the wrong match. We're Asuka Sasha.
"Oh, I've confused myself.
You have?
I have.
You have?
We'll get on to that next.
We'll get on to that match.
I'm gonna mute myself again now, and you can just carry on, Liam. Like, why did you make me unmute myself? You made a fool out of me now. Bye."
Go on, Liam. Carry on your point.
So, I don't know where I was up to now. I've just
About the
we've just
women
gone through a
completely-
whirlwind of emotions.
The women
Um,
constantly outperforming the men.
Yeah, so the women consistently outperform the men, I feel. And it's it's not even close, is it? Like, I feel like the top echelon of the women's roster by far exceeds the top echelon of the men's roster in terms of wrestling ability and storytelling. Like, having Asuka as your sort of final boss for the women's roster, it's just the perfect person to have as your final boss. Like, there's no one better. I honestly think she's probably one of the best wrestlers on the planet at the
Depends,
current
yeah.
time, easily. I felt like Sasha put on a really good showing here. It was nice to see that even after we were saying in predictions, how on earth is Sasha Banks going to beat Asuka when Asuka's had a number, like, basically for the entire year. So it was really good, like really good mat wrestling, great mat sequences with the pin attempts and the different pinning combinations. I really liked every time they would try and get into like a different submission move. The Black Widow was nice to see, even though she didn't spin around to get it into position. But I like a good octopus stretch, and I think Sasha is probably a good person to use it because she's quite slight, and I think it looks better when someone slight uses it because it doesn't look as good when a big person does it. And then the finish it just caught me by surprise. So yeah, overall I thought it was a really, really good match. Really good match. 5 stars.
Ooh,
Sorry, spoilers.
damn, that is high.
Go on, Alex. What did you think, pal?
Yes. I enjoyed this match. I've never been so happy to be wrong with a prediction than I was with this match. There was some great technical stuff on the mat, like Liam said. Like you don't see it these days. It's just a lot of let's do some big moves and a couple of rest holds and like a few clotheslines here and there, run the ropes a bit. Like you don't see technical wrestling anymore. So it was refreshing to see. And like Liam said as well, like the women are just outshining the men. And it was up there with the tag match, but I think I just preferred the tag match a bit more. But yeah, great match. Good to see Sasha winning as a champion as well for a change.
Yeah, that's true. Just broke the curse.
Right.
Go on, Stephen. What did you think, pal?
Yeah, I thought this was an absolute, what a match. I've put down that these are just two of the best in-ring performers in the company. I completely agree with what everything Liam says. The top of the women's division really outshines most stuff up until Roman coming back. And then it's kind of like, I'm like, do I like it a bit more? Because every Roman match has been so good. But we'll come to that. I feel like the women struggle in the mid card down. I don't think it's as strong. I think we're really missing Becky and Charlotte right now.
I could do without Charlotte for a long time, personally.
Charlotte, come on! Every time we've actually reviewed a match, she's incredible.
She's the John Cena.
It's just the booking. She's an incredible performer with bad booking. We can get her back, get Becky back, get some good booking going on. Then this division could be absolutely insane.
We've always said though with Charlotte that she sort of matches the ability of who she works with. That's what I feel like we said that before with Charlotte. So if she works with someone who's a poor worker, she ends up being a poor worker.
I don't know about
If she works with someone who's a great worker, she ends up being a great worker. And there's someone else that we always said that about as well, and I can't remember who it was. It was one of the men.
I'm sure that was. I don't think it was Charlotte we said that about because I'm
sure?
looking back at Charlotte's matches. She's consistently pulling people up to a higher level.
Maybe that's what we said about her actually, and I'm just remembering wrong.
I feel like everyone she wrestles, bad booking aside, let's put that aside. Let's put the John Cena push, the Roman Reigns kind of stuff aside. She's constantly pulling people up to a higher level and constantly having some of the best matches on the card. But we're not talking about Charlotte tonight. We'll get back to this match. Just Asuka. I've said this for years now. One of the best wrestlers in the world. She keeps proving it. Great mind games, great submission wrestling, all the kind of stuff I love. It feels like the women's division is a lot closer to the old school kind of wrestling. The women are more trying to prove themselves, and it shows. It's just we get some really good proper mat wrestling and stuff. Sasha's storytelling, when Asuka nearly got the Asuka lock on, she looked so terrified. Like she's experienced this move before. She knows what's going to happen here. I really liked the Meteora reversed into the Code Breaker. And yeah, I've just said best technical match on the card, and really enjoyed this. They've got such great chemistry together. Two absolutely amazing workers. And they can have an absolute. It's a shame.
Banger.
Yeah, it's a shame that we're probably going to get Sasha versus Carmella and Asuka versus Lana next.
There's no way they'll do Asuka versus Lana.
I hope not.
No way. They'll do Lana versus Nia in a tables match, and Nia will put herself through it.
The whole big show treatment.
Yeah.
But no, it's leading into Rumble now. I hope we get a good Rumble win from someone big, someone returning. It's probably Charlotte's going to win the Rumble, isn't she, actually?
Mate, Lana's winning the Rumble.
Oh, don't do this to me.
She's
Why
gonna stand
not?
on the outside until the end. Can't eliminate her if she stood on the steps.
Anyway, yeah, that's why I thought the match. I'm ready to score if nobody's got anything else to say.
Stall. There we go.
Ooh, that's really high.
I really liked it.
I put it on level with the tag team match. I think this probably is a little bit better, maybe, but I don't know. I give it a 4. I think that's a very high score from me, especially today.
What's next?
Next is the
go on,
women's
sorry.
Survivor Series match,
Oh, nice.
which was Shayna, Nia, Lacey, Peyton, and Lana versus Bayley, Natalia, Ruby, Bianca, and Liv Morgan.
I brought an essay here on Lana.
Have you?
Yeah,
Right,
I'll just read it out at some
Post
point.
post it on
whenever.
GitHub.
So like the first match, I haven't gone through like a beat on beat because it would have been way
That's
too
fine.
long. So it starts off with Royce eliminating Bayley to go 5-4.
Bad decision. Bad booking. I mean, great for Peyton. Like, amazing for Peyton. I'm really happy for her coming out of this. But take the top caliber wrestler in the match and just get rid of them.
Well, this is what I was saying during the last match.
Exactly. Wider.
When I said this match was good, but it didn't have any of the big, the bigger, more established women in it apart from Bayley. But then when Bayley went out of it, I was like, oh, this could be like a good time for the rest of them to really shine.
And I think
it
they did. I think they did better than the men. I don't think they did great, but I think they did better than the
Well, it
men.
wasn't a whitewash, so it was always going to be better than the men's.
Yeah, people actually. There was a couple of people that came out of this looking better for me, except for Lana, which I've got an essay on.
Liv Morgan, I'm sorry for flaming you on predictions.
You
You were so good. You were so good.
I said Liv come out looking good. I thought
Oh.
Bianca's come out looking good.
Bianca came out
Peyton.
looking like a machine.
Yeah, and I'm glad because Bianca, with a bit more experience, can be that top level. Can
She's
be
got
up
the
there.
biggest push from this match, easily.
Yeah, definitely. And I think Peyton got some good stuff, getting the elimination over Bayley.
Even the Riot Squad got a good push out of this match.
Yeah, they
This is a
showed
better
some good
match.
tag team work when they went up
Yeah.
against Nia.
They look great as a tag team.
Because at first they looked like nothing was going to
I
happen
think
for them.
Ruby was a bit shocking on her own though.
Yes,
Yeah,
I think Liv was the one that carried the team.
Yeah.
And Ruby didn't look as clean.
there's a tag team division for a reason. They should actually start using the women's tag team division instead of just
Yeah.
putting it to the side.
Who
Yeah.
did? Is Nia and Shayna the champ?
Yeah, they are.
Did they bring the belts out?
Yes,
Yeah, they did.
I think they did.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Fair enough. Natalia beat Peyton Royce then to make it 4-4. Lacey eliminated Natalia.
Kicked her in the boob.
How good did Natalia look in this match?
She's a good worker. She is
I
a good
thought
worker.
she looked so good.
I'm not a fan.
We
You're not a
trash on
fan?
her. We trash on her a lot, but she is a good worker.
Honestly,
she's
she's just absolutely solid in the ring.
she's just missing everything else.
Like,
Apparently she's the boat.
she's the boat. She's the best of all time.
I do
Yeah.
like her both.
They said on the commentary, didn't they, that she had the most wins out of any woman in the roster.
Because she's been there for about 20 years.
Because
Yeah,
she's
true
been there
that.
for so long. Yeah.
But has she survived all those wins, or has she just been on the winning side? Because you could get
I don't
eliminated
know.
first and you're still on the winning side.
I think it was just throughout her entire career, so it'll be like singles matches as well. But yeah, I honestly did appreciate Natalia in this match. I thought she looked really good until she tried to do the Mexican surfboard, that modified Mexican surfboard.
Oh, that was
and it sort of
terrible.
fell apart, and
But
I
at
was
least
like,
she
"Oh."
knew it and she went straight into something else instead of.
Yeah, she has done it before, and it's worked well, and it's looked good. I think, who did she do it on?
I think it was Peyton.
Yeah, I think there must have been like a miscommunication with Peyton. Maybe like Peyton unhooked her legs by accident or something, or just
Her legs
slipped
never
out.
really looked locked in, to be fair.
No, they didn't look fully locked in, but I've seen it work before. She's done it. She's definitely done it before,
Yeah.
but
I
just
mean,
didn't work this time.
There was a few miscommunications in this match.
There was a bit where Shayna looked proper sloppy as well. I think it
Yeah,
was
I'm not
coming
not used to seeing that from her.
Was it like was it a kick to Ruby's head?
She, yeah,
Yeah.
Ruby was meant to duck, but she forgot to duck by the looks of it, so she got smacked right in the head. And then they did the
Walloped her.
spot again, and she remembered this time.
Yeah.
Well, at least she took it. In the men's match, I think AJ went to drop kick Jay and missed completely. And they were like, "Oh, I think he just caught his face with a toe there."
The
Yeah.
tip of his boot caught Jay in the
Yeah.
cheek, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, because that's going to do loads, Corey.
Hey, might have been like a friction burn or something. Like, hey, look at them. You ever played football? AstroTurf? Like, oh man.
Yeah, I have.
So yeah, Lacey eliminates Natalia. Shayna eliminates Ruby. So it goes 4-3, and then it goes to 4-2.
Yeah.
And then Liv eliminates Lacey to make it 3-2. Nia eliminates Liv to make it 3-1. And then Shayna gets DQ'd. What do we think about this?
That's fine with that. It's a very.
Wow.
It's. I don't know. Shane is such an aggressive person. It didn't bother me too much.
I felt like someone who has got as much MMA experience as Shayna should know when the person she's choking is out. Like, there's no excuse to be getting DQ'd in that situation as Shayna. You've got how many years of MMA experience?
Yeah, but there's
How
not
many
ropes.
years of wrestling experience?
There's not ropes in MMA where they touch it and the referee breaks the hold.
Yeah, but that's not the point. The point is that Belair was out. She was unconscious on the ropes, but Shayna still held the thing. She should have clearly felt that she was unconscious at that point if she had that much experience in MMA.
She did that to someone earlier in the match, and the ref didn't stop it. Then she had to pin them. So did she just think, wait for the ref to check? I don't know.
Yeah, she
I
did
don't know.
do that,
I
didn't she?
can't excuse
It
it.
was to Ruby.
Ruby Riott.
She choked out Ruby.
Maybe they were kind of trying to build a story there. So, I don't know. I just caught myself writing something here that said I didn't expect to see Lacey Evans doing a Spanish fly.
Yeah, with
And I was
Still
Bianca.
doing a WMD.
Yeah, yeah, that's a finisher, isn't it?
Yeah.
The WMD.
Women's
Anyway, go on.
rights.
Do you want to finish off the eliminations, Rich?
Yeah, after this it's 2v1, and Bianca and Nia both get counted out. This was the problem that I had with the referee. I thought that was a really fast count, and I felt like the
It got
women
really
were
fast.
really rushing it because they could hear the ref was counting fast.
Yeah,
Like they were,
I feel like.
they were hitting the steps, and then they were both immediately getting up and trying to get into the next position,
Yeah.
and it felt really rushed. It worked in the end, but it did feel really rushed.
I agree. And it was a bit of a rubbish finish.
I don't know. I bet Liam liked the finish.
I've got a lot.
Well, yes, for points. No,
yeah, you got so
for,
many points.
no for other reasons.
I've got a lot of issues with Lana.
Like, to be fair, Lana looked really good when she was in the ring.
Against Natalia.
Yeah, it's a lot to do with Natalia as
Yeah,
well.
Natalia carried her through that, but
Yeah.
I did think she looked good. She showed that she's definitely been training
Yeah,
and working hard with the training.
my problem with Lana is the character. I'm just going to read it out. I see what they're trying to do here with Lana, trying to make her a sympathetic babyface, but it's not working for me. I don't care about her. I'm sure she's a great person, and I might care a bit more if I watched a Chronicle, but I don't want to. And they're not presenting her well on TV. She looks like a weak crybaby. Lana celebrating like that at the end, as she's won it, at Survivor, and crying on the steps the whole time is pathetic. It makes me like her even less than I did at the beginning. It just annoyed me, and Lana annoys me. That's my opinions on it. It's character
Oh
issue. I've got her.
God! Oh, that's some hot takes right there.
They're like,
Jesus.
oh, you've got to go and
Wow.
watch her thing on the network and feel sorry for her. I'm like,
Wow.
no, I'm not going to watch that. Present her on TV as a decent, not just a crybaby.
Wow.
Nah.
You're one of those people who see bullying in the workplace and go, "Tough it out, you softy."
No, I don't think that. I just think it's the way she's.
That's what
Oh.
you just come across as.
No, I don't think that.
Tough it
I
out.
think-
Be a
I
man.
think-
Man up, softy. Come on.
No, I think it's bad writing. The writing's making her not come across as actually sympathetic. I don't like it.
If Nia put me through a table 9 times, I think I'd look like a bit of a crybaby.
She's
to
a
be fair.
wrestler. They do wrestling moves to her.
She's not a
Oh,
wrestler.
someone did a wrestling move to me at work when I'm a wrestler.
It's like someone slide tackling someone at half time.
It's not.
Yeah,
no,
it
it's
is. Of
not.
course it is.
Okay. Anyway, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of this storyline. I'm not a fan of the character.
Oh God.
There's other ways to get people over as a babyface. I don't care about her.
Alex, go. Tell us what you're thinking.
Yeah. Like I said, a lot of miscommunications in the match. I think when you've got 6 people stood outside the ring and Peyton's about to do a superplex off the top rope, surely at least one of them should be able to catch Bailey instead of just going, nah, have some cold hard floor, kiddo. You'll be right.
That was a good spot, though. I did like that.
Yeah.
I like,
Yeah,
I
it was
like
a good spot. But, like, I think somebody should have caught her because so many times you see those spots and somebody's already like at least 4 of them are there to go, oh my god.
my favorite part of the
Um,
spot was when Bailey was climbing up the ropes and she turned and looked at Lana and laughed at her.
Oh, like I don't know if anyone else thought this as well.
Definitely coming across as a bully.
Did you not think? I know, yes, Steve.
She's a
God,
wrestler,
showing a
they're doing
different side of you
wrestling.
today. What's happened to you just because you have to fork out a bit of money for your cats?
She's
You
a
know?
wrestler. She's doing wrestling. Like, it doesn't make me feel sorry for her.
Oh God, right.
And you're a
next week
pet
we're joining the
owner,
Nation of
and you should
Domination.
pay out for money for your
Um,
pets, and I don't feel sorry for you.
I mean, if this was real, if it wasn't just a storyline, then yeah, I'd be like, oh my god, let's stop this. But it's not. It's a storyline.
Yeah, and she's playing a
They need to do
character
better
that's
storyline.
experiencing it in real life.
I know, and I'm just saying the writing's not making me feel sorry for her.
Right, just
Do a
touching
better-
on this
better
whole
writing.
Yeah, but just touching on the whole storyline of the let's all bully Lana.
Hey, I'm
It
not.
wasn't
I'm
that
not
long
bullying
ago
Lama.
that- No. I'm saying about the storyline thing with like Nia doing it to her. Like, it wasn't that long ago that wasn't Nia the victim of being a bully? Of being bullied,
Yes.
They use this
and that was the whole
storyline
reason why
to-
Nia won this championship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do they use this storyline so much in the women's division? It's not used in the men's. It's like, oh, women get.
it's
I
a
haven't-
really backwards concept because it's just like
Mm.
let's have them all bully each other on telly, but you know, be a star, kids.
It's easier to set up that power play
state
with the
state
women's
my point.
wrestlers.
Yeah.
I don't agree with bullying in real life, and I, and I don't think it should be done here. Which is what I'm saying. I don't like the storyline. I don't feel sorry for her because
Stay on damage control right now.
Someone throw a
storyline.
ladder down to him.
I'll go
Out with
for-
this golden
Castle
shovel. Have
fast
you
enough.
phoned Triple H, pal?
I'll go put myself through a table. I guess have a little cry.
Oh, no, we know who you are in reality. Don't worry. You've just not worded yourself very well.
Just a bad storyline.
Yeah. To go back to your point, Alex, about what you were saying about that superplex. Do you not feel, and I don't know if anyone else felt this, and maybe it was just the way that Kevin Dunn just produces the show, but do you not feel like Bailey just fell very fast? Like normally they get a bit of hang time with a superplex as they go down, but it just felt like she went, boof.
I feel like it was more of like a snap suplex than a.
Yeah, it was more. Yeah, literally. Like instead of like a vertical suplex, it was like a snap suplex. And I think they were probably like, "Oh crap, we can't react fast enough because Peyton's done a snap suplex off the turnbuckle."
Oh, and that's what would have caused the gap in the group.
Yeah,
Yeah.
perhaps, potentially. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
But
To be honest, like I got over that spot really quickly just because Ruby was shocking. Like
oh,
I was fine with most of the match, but like the one that really stood out for just
bang, bang.
botching loads of stuff or forgetting where she was meant to be was Ruby.
Yeah. Yeah. Ruby didn't seem to be very switched on, did she, in that match? She seemed to
No.
be like making quite a few mistakes, like getting herself kicked in the head by Shayna was probably sort of the bit that's changed it all
I like
in
the
terms
bit.
of the catalyst for it all.
I've got to say some positive things now. Haven't I like the bit where Bianca did like a handstand springboard and bounced back, and then Shayna caught her in the Kurafuda clutch and jumped up onto her.
That was good.
That
yeah.
was really nice.
What
Yeah, that was a
fuck
really
am I?
inventive way of getting into that hold.
I don't
Yeah.
actually know what I've said about this match.
Bianca did a
I
lot
did,
of.
I liked this match more than the men's. I just didn't like Lana.
Oh yeah. I said for this match that Nia's eye roll as Lana was walking down to the ring had me literally in stitches. Lana comes down to the ring and Nia just goes.
So now Liam's promoting bullying as well.
Listen, right, an eye roll is a lot different to what you've been saying over there.
She's a wrestler. She's been wrestling.
People that laugh
However,
at bullies
Become
are
a
bullies
babyface by
themselves. Though.
wrestling.
However, I felt that that the way they did the Lana storyline was in incredibly poor taste. Because I don't like
I am Cloud now.
you are Cloud now. You were
Bugger off.
she was just ostracized for the entire match. Like
Get in there, do something. Interrupt.
But
I don't know.
I
I
don't
don't-
think
Go on.
I don't think it's a storyline that they should be portraying because
No, I don't like the storyline from a core point, like from any aspect of it, not just the Lana sitting outside crying. I think it's a terrible
It was
storyline.
too-
The whole thing.
yeah, if you're gonna do a storyline like this, you cannot have Lana look so victimized because it just puts a bad taste in everyone's mouth.
You're wording it so much better than me, but this is exactly what I'm been trying to say.
Like she has to have a bit of more. She needed in this match to have some more agency
You need
because
to do
the fact
something.
that she
Stand
was
up for yourself.
the fact that she was ostracized on the side of on the steps and she just stood there like a pole for the entire match. It left such a bad taste in my mouth. It really did. I was like, this is just not on as a storyline.
Thanks
But-
for saying it in a better way than me.
But to go in a happier way, Liv Morgan shout out to you because you were great.
You did good.
Backbend. Mwah, chef's kiss. Oh my god, I've never seen someone dodge a kick with a backbend. It was great.
It was very nice.
She flipped over Nia at one point as well. It
She
looked good.
flipped over Nia. She did a crucifix bomb.
And didn't
which I've
Nia say-
never seen?
I think when she
Yeah.
flipped over Nia went, "What the?"
Yeah. Yeah, she did. And this is the right. My issue with Nia is that she's got some really good comedic timing for that sort of like detestable sort of like that brash, arrogant sort of person. And I feel, but I just can't like her because of the storyline that they put her in. So when she, if we think back to when they first won the title, and then she was doing all that really obnoxious stuff in the camera, where she's like, yeah, and I was like, oh,
yeah.
do you know what?
Yeah.
You proper annoy me, but I like it. And then get to this point now, and I'm like, you're annoying me, and I don't like it, and you need
Yeah.
to go somewhere else because,
Let's do something different now, please.
yeah.
Stop being a bully.
But
Be a star.
yeah, be a star. Be a star,
Should,
everyone.
should we? Should we?
Liv
get
Morgan,
this-
5 stars, well done. Liked you. You were good.
3, 2, 1. Oh, Liam's harsh.
Bad match.
Oof. I mean,
Bad
there was
match.
the match was okay, I thought, but just with
No.
a very bad storyline in it.
Well, you know what I'm like, don't you? I prefer
I don't.
storyline over match quality.
You don't. I
If the
don't.
storyline's bad, it sours me on it. So,
Yeah.
That's
enough.
typical 2007 WWE talking there, isn't it?
yeah, when they were all bad wrestlers, the storyline was the only thing they could use to make a match good.
Anyway, we've got one more match to talk about then.
We do. Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre. Big fight feel. They've booked this so well. I was really excited. The only thing that I think they could have maybe done is something that Stephen alluded to before, where they'd not mentioned the score at all during this Survivor Series. Like, if it was 3-3 going into this last match, that would have put just that little bit more on top of it that it needed.
Yeah.
But even now, I have no idea which brand came out on top.
Either
Raw.
3-3 or 4-3 to Raw if you count the pre-show.
Yeah,
SmackDown have actually never won a bragging
No.
rights.
really.
So that's what I'm calling this. It's not a Survivor Series, it's a bragging rights.
No, yeah. Bragging
So-
rights with some Survivor Series matches, tight
Yeah.
matches.
Right. Well, this match was big men.
This match slaps.
Yeah, we had claymores, we had Superman punches, Future Shock DDTs, spears, counters. That counter
Galore.
from that spear was like great into the is it Kimura lock it went into.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right
yeah.
to a Kimura.
The announcers table wasn't safe. The guardrail wasn't safe. I bet they've wanted to do that spot for ages, and they're like, "We've got no crowds. Let's do that spot." It took interference from Jey Uso to split them up, and in my predictions, I was like, "I am going to be brave," and then I cowered it out, and I didn't do what I wanted to do, and it ended with a Roman Reigns submission. I was
Oh,
I was
thought you
so
did it.
mad. No, I chickened out and just went for
I remember
pinfall.
Yeah.
sitting there seeing the submission. I was like, "Oh, someone's got points."
Yeah, because
Oh,
we'd
yeah.
mentioned, didn't we, the saying that there was no way Drew would tap.
Mm.
Yeah.
The only way that he would get submitted is if he just lost consciousness.
Yeah, well, I was saying that
Yeah.
like although Roman Reigns has been put over big, he's not actually put people away like properly.
Mhm.
Like he's kind of gotten out of it a different way, especially the two against Jay.
Yeah.
Because Jimmy's always coming to sort of
Yeah,
do something, hasn't he?
dipstick. Roman came
That's
out
it,
on
my
top,
brothers.
but Drew still looked strong.
Look like a beast.
Stephen.
Absolute beast in this.
What did you think of the
Oh.
match, pal?
This match was everything that I've said about a Roman Reigns match since he's came back. Every singles Roman Reigns match he's had. This was amazing. This was great storytelling. And oh my god, do you remember 20 months ago?
No.
20 months ago.
Don't remember 20
WrestleManias
minutes ago, Steve.
2 WrestleManias ago when we saw a heel Drew versus face Roman, and the match was absolutely tragic. we've thought that was a bad match. You probably don't remember, but I'm reminding you, it was a bad match. And what a difference 20 months makes. These two are absolute stars now.
Wasn't that when Drew was the Miz's lackey and Roman had just come back from leukemia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my God, this was different. This was amazing. It was so hard hitting. It was so fast paced. Like you said, it was just a fight. It was a brawl. I still think I don't know. I still think this should have been last. It should have been the last thing on the card because this was like this era's Rock and Austin going at it. You know, these are the two biggest guys at the moment. You don't think these are the two biggest guys at the moment?
Who's bigger in the company right now, Liam?
Yeah, but
Oh yeah, but right. That means we win, Stephen.
Yeah,
on that
exactly.
one. Yeah.
Right. No, come on. This is such a big match. This means so much, and I'm really sad that this hasn't started in a few months, and this is the WrestleMania main event. Because this could have been a huge match as the main event for this era of wrestling. That could have been absolutely huge. I wrote here. I forgot to write much because I was just so engrossed in the action. I just couldn't take my eyes off it. It was great. Both guys, like you said already, both guys surviving each other's finishes, all the different moves they could bring out. They couldn't put the other guy down. Some really good acting, really good storytelling.
Acting from Paul Heyman was very good as well. There was
Paul
one point where he really looked worried. I think it was
there was
after
one point where he nearly got in the ring.
Yeah, I think it was just after a Future Shock DDT. I think it was.
Yeah. And the submission finish. Roman looks like an absolute monster.
I love that guillotine. It's so good.
He's so good.
I love that he struggled to get it on him as well, though, didn't he?
Yeah, because that's what I mean. Drew got so much in this match as well.
Yeah.
He
Like
looked...
Jay's obviously tiny in comparison to Drew. So it was interesting to see him try and get it on a bigger person.
To be fair, Roman's pretty small compared to Drew. Like when they were eyeballing up, I was like, "Wow, Roman looks huge. Really small, like in comparison."
There's only 2 inches between them.
I think it's Roman's belly, and I don't mean that like in a bad way. He looks a little bit thin in that area.
He's lean, isn't he?
Yeah. And Drew's just thick. He's just a thick boy.
Thick boy.
Damn boy.
He's just a block of muscle.
Too thick.
That's a thick ass boy.
Extra thick.
Just so many superlatives. Really enjoyed this match. Absolutely love Roman Reigns these days. This was the best thing I've seen from Drew in a long time, rather than his 100 matches against Randy, which we all got bored of. Again, it was something new. It's something we have seen before, but not in this way. And I absolutely loved the match.
Why did he lose that belt to Randy?
Yeah, I was so worried about this match coming in. It's like one of the guys is going to have to lose, but I think they did it in such a smart way.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so sad that this isn't the WrestleMania main event, because that could be huge.
It could still be.
Could be. Because 2 weeks build to this. If we had a couple months build to this match, we could do so much. But again, it's WWE. They could ruin it.
It might be that this was just like a one-off match, and then Roman's just going to go back to his storyline with the Usos and whatnot. And that'll be the build-up towards WrestleMania, where he might face Drew again. You never know.
Possibly. But yeah, absolutely loved it. Great match. I'm a massive fan of Roman Reigns these days.
There's not a lot to dislike about him. Alex?
Yeah, quality match. Like the Battle of the Stakes, in it. Aberdeen Angus versus Prime Rib. Two big bits of meat slapping it.
I'm assuming Drew was the Aberdeen Angus.
What? Where'd you get that from?
Yeah, obviously.
Oh.
This is great. I need him more often. Like, I look like a proper little Bond villain here. Don't I? Should just be stroking him. Like,
little, yeah.
The match was good.
Because the cat's
Big cat.
yeah,
Small
he looked tiny.
human.
That's just on your lap, that isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's just not that. Fear him.
It's not a cat; it's a polar bear.
Quite fitting. It's quite fitting that he's called Miro.
Oh god.
No, yeah, great match. Like, it does play really well into Roman being this like big heel character of, yeah, you can hit him as hard as you can, but you do still need a little bit of help. Like, he's not the monster heel yet. He's still progressing into the heel character that he could be.
Yeah.
And I just like Drew's just a major star, and he like Drew's gone up there as one of my favourites at the moment.
Mm.
Like, I know we've been ragging on his Randy matches, but I still really appreciate what he does in the ring. And I'm half Scottish, so you know, got to look after my homeboy. So, yeah, cracking match. Loved it. I'd love to see it again.
Good. Liam,
Yeah,
what do you
this
think?
could be a good watch again.
Liam,
Oh.
Not like
Right.
this one.
Right. I got a lot to unpack for this. So, like you, Steve, I didn't write much for this match, but for different reasons. Not because I was so enthralled in the match that there was nothing to write, but because I felt like I wasn't enjoying the match as much as you three have sound like you enjoyed it. Now,
There's always got to be one negative one, hasn't there?
It's more exciting when we have different opinions,
Go on.
Alex.
I mean, no, don't get me wrong. It
How
was
much
a
have
good...
you spent at the vets today?
Hey, I've spent a day working with kids.
Yeah, that's much worse.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. It was a good match, right? It was a solid match. It was definitely a match that could be put on a WrestleMania pay-per-view, but I think it suffers a lot for the lack of build-up. Because it had literally from Monday to Sunday to build it up.
From the Friday before.
actually,
Friday before.
That's when it started.
prior to the
Yeah.
whole, like, even when Randy Orton was champion, Drew was saying, "Look, you need to prepare for me, not for Randy." So there has been a bit of build behind it.
But I think it. Well, yeah, you're right. Actually, I did forget about that bit on SmackDown. But
That's what we're here for, mate.
I just
And in the
think it
build-up,
would've-
I loved the bit where Drew hands him the contract and says, "Underestimate me. I want you
yeah,
to."
that
Like,
was good.
that was
That was really good.
good line, very good line.
But I honestly think it would have been a lot better if they'd had a longer time to build up. If they'd had from the last pay-per-view to now, I would have been way more invested in this match. Because it just felt like they took the belt off Drew for no reason, gave it to Randy, and then they took the belt off Randy for no reason and give it back to Drew, and then put them in the match. And it's like, why did you take the belt off Drew in the first place if that's all you're going to do? So you can call him the two-time champion. And you scupper the build by squashing it into a week. Like, you need to give it time to build. That's why it's called a build. So
Rome wasn't built in a day.
I don't know. I don't know how you feel about it, but do you reckon this would have benefited from the typical "let's stick them both in a tag team match together" situation?
Maybe. I don't think it helped much though. I do completely agree with Liam.
Yep.
Like I was saying, I'm sad that we didn't get this as a WrestleMania match with a big build to it. I think that really would have improved it.
don't get me wrong, I think they're both fantastic wrestlers and they're both fantastic entertainers, and I'm really, really high on Roman Reigns right now. I'm enjoying everything Roman Reigns does, but since WrestleMania, I've been quite critical of Drew, and I think it's probably my biases showing, but maybe I just don't like him as much as an entertainer compared to the other, like you guys, and that's just sort of having an impact on how I see his matches.
I am definitely much more of a Roman Reigns fan than a Drew fan.
But
Drew
I find Drew less enjoyable to watch for whatever reason. I don't know what it is. I just don't find him as enjoyable.
Yeah, I completely agree. I liked him more here than I have done in recent times, but
Again, that's probably the opponents he's been
not
against.
my
Isn't it?
favourite. Yeah, but he needs to.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe because he's had such a bad string of opponents that it's just kind of like dropped him in my estimations
Drew's
of
on
how good he is.
Drew's on SmackDown, isn't he?
It's on Raw.
Who's on Raw?
Is
He's
it?
on Raw, yeah.
Oh, so he's got some.
He's got
There
some.
is
He's got some
There's,
quality
there's some
stuff.
good
He's
stars
he's,
on that one.
We need that Sheamus feud.
He's got Sheamus
We need
next.
that. Yeah, that's going to be make or break.
He's not getting Sheamus though, is he?
Is he not? I haven't watched Raw yet.
No,
No, I haven't watched Raw.
the triple threat that they've gone for the next number one contender is Keith, Matt Riddle, and AJ. I think.
An AJ feud could be good.
Keith
AJ
Lee could be good.
really good. Keith Lee could be really good.
Oh,
Yeah, but that'd be two faces.
don't care.
Yeah.
But
Riddle.
I think
I
I think
don't
a
think-
Keith feud would be good for him because they're big mates, aren't they?
They are good friends, yeah. And we all know that chemistry makes good wrestling matches.
Yeah.
Friends
I
hit
don't know.
friends harder.
I don't know. It's just my opinion on Drew.
Friends do hit friends harder.
Maybe he'll
He's
grow
got-
me over time like Baron Corbin did. But hey ho.
Yeah, no, Drew came out of this. I came out of this liking Drew more, but there's still a long way for him to go for me.
Yeah.
But Roman's an absolute god. We ready?
I'm ready.
Do it.
Oh, I'm ready. Yeah.
Oh, it's the wrong way around. It's a.
0.5.
I know point five.
0.5.
Wow, that's a low score.
I'm being very hypercritical today, obviously.
I was like, I've got the highest score.
I've got the
I
bets
loved
tomorrow,
it,
you see.
But I hated it on my scores.
Yeah, this was my this was my match of the night, but the women's match was close.
Women's match was my match. I think Asuka and Sasha was my favourite match.
This was my favourite. I enjoyed this a lot.
You're ready for TLC.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch Nia put herself through a table.
Yeah, I don't like.
Great.
Why are they doing like a storm thing? That it doesn't.
Oh, they keep doing weird stuff, don't they?
Anyway,
no,
Why
it's
can they
war-
not just? Why can they not just call it Armageddon
It's
and have
war
fun
game.
with it?
It's war games first, though.
isn't that like on the?
Yeah.
No, you're not saying it right. You need to say it like William Regal says it.
War games.
Yeah, there we go.
I
That's
think
better.
it's about the same time as my birthday, so that's a good present for me. I'm happy with that.
War games is the 6th.
Oh, my birthday on the 7th.
TLC. TLC is the 20th, and it's my birthday on the 19th.
Well, you get TLC, and I'll
And you
have
can
War Games.
I
if
don't
I
know
would-
what war games.
Wow. There you go.
Do we want to say anything about the Undertaker stuff? Just that it was kind of weird, but
It was long. It was boring. It was boring. It was pointless. He's
There was-
done it about 6 times already.
There was a massive.
didn't
And
need-
Kane came out in his outfit.
Yeah. With his
Chainmail,
hairy
like,
chest,
proper being, proper being.
and didn't
ripped.
shake
Everyone's
anyone's
like-
hand.
No, that's the thing. Everyone disappeared before the Undertaker came out. It was weird. We just got to see a load of old wrestlers.
It's because they didn't want anyone near Vince. Vince expects everyone during this pandemic to wrestle, but yet he wants the ring to himself when it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was right. I'm glad that the Undertaker didn't do a big speech because that would have been weird. Even though we get Mark doing the speeches everywhere.
Yeah, but the Undertaker's retired 4 times now.
Let's hope it's for real this time. Well, it must be for real the way he's acting
Depends how much his
outside of the ring.
crown jewel payday will be next year.
Yeah.
The Saudi blood money.
Yeah, he's retired the Undertaker gimmick. He's gonna come back as
American
Mark
Badass.
Palace instead.
I mean, I was just thinking American Badass. You're going full on.
Texas Red.
Oh,
Commando.
can't wait for it.
Well, we can talk about this after, but let's wrap it up. If you've enjoyed watching, thank you very much. Give us a subscribe, give us a comment, give us a like, refer us to a friend. Just do something. Like, if you got this far through, you must like us. So,
Tell me how much you hate me.
give it a go. If you
Be a
want to,
star.
yeah, don't be a bully. Don't be like Stephen. Don't
I'm not a
don't get more
bully.
than one pet because pet bills are expensive.
Very
And
expensive.
thank you very much. See you later.
Love you. Oh, how cute.